guys, happy Tuesday. Look at me remembering what day of the week it is. So I haven't vlogged all day today at all. It's 4 o'clock, so I got a late start on vlogging today. But I did get some videos edited and posted, so I'm very happy about that. I'm about to go to a coffee shop in downtown just to get out of the house because I've been in the house. I was in the house all day yesterday and all day today. Just being completely honest and transparent, I haven't been in the best mood, and it just kind of just made me want to like stay in my bed or just like lounge around in the house and kind of be lazy, because you know when you're not in the best mood, you don't really do what you need to do, you just do what you feel like doing, which that isn't really like soul filling. I feel like when you're not in a good mood, you should do things that feed your spirit, like reading the word, worship music, talking with friends, stuff like that. But I was just kind of like just sulking and like kind of not being in the best mood. And recently I posted on Instagram, it said love God, love people in that order. And like I wrote a little post about how it's so important to love God first before you love other people. And when I was just sitting in the car before I go into the coffee shop, just talking to God about that, or kind of just like basking in that thought. And it's definitely something I'm learning in this season, that if you love people before you love God, it's gonna fail every time, because no matter how much we care about someone, we're gonna end up hurting them or not satisfying something that they need, because we're humans. We're all dealing with our own types of brokenness and rejection or healing or getting restored through something. And so you can't expect people to be all that you want them to be. That doesn't mean that they don't still care about you. I mean, I know there are people out here that just don't have your best interest at heart and do want to try to hurt you, but even like the people that you call friends, family, maybe your boyfriend or husband, like it's important to know that you have to put God before all of those people, even parents, siblings. I don't know if I said siblings, but you have to put God before those people. You have to love God, then love people, in that order. God wants us to love people and love them like He loves them, but love Him first, because if you don't, it will always end up turning around and kind of hurting you in return. And that's just something that I'm definitely learning right now in this season, is to first understand God's love for me as His daughter, and understand who God is and how magnificent He is, because I feel like you are always learning that. You're always learning something new about God, but you need to sit at His feet and read His word to really understand that, to truly fall in love with Him. And I feel like that's the first. You can't just say, like, it's easy to say like I love God, but like, do you know Him to love Him? That's like a question that I ask myself. And so I'm learning now what it truly means to love God, and then from that you start to trust God, and you put your hope in God, and you believe what He says is true, and you believe His word. And so when it comes to placing Him above people, it's something that you do naturally, because when you think about it, like the people that you love, you talk to them, you get to know them, you know, like they make you feel good on the inside, or you get to hang out with them and stuff like that. And so that's how it easily creeps up, where they kind of become above God in a sense. And I'm just learning that it's so important to love God first and to love people second, in that order, because God will never leave you. He will never forsake you. He is doing everything for your good. And it's so important to remember that. So I was just sitting in the car thinking about that, and just kind of, sometimes you just got to speak yourself out of a bad mood. Like whenever you're watching this vlog, if you woke up and you feel like you're in a bad mood, or you're just not feeling it today, you just got to speak some life over yourself, just like you would if I were to call you and say, hey, I'm not feeling well, and you wouldn't, I'm sure you wouldn't want me to be sad. You speak life over me. We have to do that over ourselves. We have to speak the word over ourselves. We have to speak life over ourselves in order to like just say, not today, Satan. Not today, Satan, and not today yourself. Because even sometimes your flesh and yourself gets in the way of where you need to be going and what you need to be doing. So that's kind of what has been going on in my mind. I think it's really important to understand the season that you're in, because you won't understand it all fully, because like he's not gonna just sit down and tell you everything. He wants you to grow in that. But once you identify what season you're in, you start to have contentment in that, and you even if it feels sucky, you start to get excited for what God is going to show you and how he's going to grow you in that season, through the tears, through the pain, through the joys, through the ups, through all of it. It's like, okay, you know that God is testing you, know he's working on you, you know he's about to show you something, and that's magnificent. So yeah, I'm about to go into the coffee shop and do some work. I think I'm reading a book actually that I feel like has to do with my season, which I think that is important too. And I think I have it with me. Let me see. I do. So it's called Crazy Love. Let me get it because it's falling. So it's called Crazy Love by Francis Chan, and my friend Erica recommended it to me. Shout out to Erica. And so I think that it's also important to just like be reading, not just like in the Word as well, like reading books of the Bible that help like kind of minister to the season that you're in, and outside resources that are edifying and will challenge your thought process and you as a believer to what season that you're in. And Crazy Love kind of just talks about the craziness of how much God loves us, and the craziness of how much we can love him back as his children. So it's really good. I need to do better about reading it every day at least, or throughout the week, because I kind of been slacking. I'm only on like chapter 3 and I've had the book for a month. Don't tell nobody. So yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff on my laptop and read. I needed to just like get out of the house, like I said, because I've been in there all day. But remember to love God, love people in that order. Don't switch to order, because in return it will leave you broken and feeling rejected or hurt, even when the person didn't mean to. It's just that they're human. We're human. We mess up. There's probably someone out there that needs some love from me, and I didn't even know that they needed it in the way that they needed it, because I'm a human. So love God, love people in that order. Coffee shop that I went to. It was just hit my bag on the chair. It was actually pretty cute, but I got there at like 4:30 and they closed at 5, so I only had 30 minutes in there, and I haven't finished my chapter for the book that I was reading, for the Crazy Love that I'm reading. So I was thinking about going to the little park over here in downtown to finish it. But it's really hot. Like, I already want to take a shower, and I haven't been outside for that long. So I'm gonna, oh, that says vegan organic spa ritual, manicures and pedicures. I'm gonna see if there's like some shade down here to sit down and read, but it's called, let me show you guys, I got a tea because I don't drink coffee, if you don't know that about me. It's called Campus Grounds, and it's new, it's fairly new to the DeLane area. It looks like there's shade over here. There goes a theater Oh, you can't really see it because my big head's in the way, but the theater is over there. But this is called the Chess Park, and it's really pretty. I actually took pictures here before. So there's some shade, and I think I'm gonna finish the chapter of my book right now because it's kind of nice. Let's see. You know, you gotta check for snakes because we don't do those. But yeah, that's the park. It's not really like it's not like a kid's park. It's a chess park, so hence the reason it's called Chess Park. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish reading the chapter because it's really nice out. So I'm leaving the park now, and when I was about to go to the coffee shop, someone asked me about the wings that we have here in the land. So I totally forgot about the wings, but it reminded me, so I'm gonna go over there. I always kind of forget where they are, but I think I know where they are. So I'll show you guys the wings that we have here. They're so pretty. I've taken pictures there like maybe once or twice, but I always forget where they are. So let me see. I'm taking in this vitamin D from the sun because it's definitely out here and it's definitely burning. But I'm gonna try to find the wings and then I'll show you guys when I get there. I found them! They're so beautiful. They remind me of the verse in Isaiah that says, don't quote me on it. I know it's in Isaiah, but it's like says like, soar high on the wings, don't grow weary. But like basically telling you like to remember to fly high and to soar high, and the strength that God gives us, and to not grow weary. Because when you got wings, you can't be, you know, falling. You're gonna be strong. So they're so beautiful. But now I'm about to head back to my car. This was a nice little hour or so in downtown. Guys, I'm finally back in the car. Let me tell you, it's hot, but I enjoyed getting out of the house for a little bit. I definitely want to make like going to downtown because there's so many cute little like places down there, like coffee shops and little restaurants where you can just sit. And now that I know that the Chess Park has really good shading, I'll definitely go out there to read and stuff sometimes because it's just nice to get out of your normal environment. And although I've lived here my entire life, I don't go to downtown a whole lot, but it's not far from my house at all, so I definitely want to do that more often. But I'm headed home now to, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm finishing This Is Us, the series. I was gonna say on Netflix, but it's not on Netflix, it's actually on demand. So I'm gonna finish that. I have something that I'm working on for Authentically Made, so I want to spend some time doing that, and then of course just hanging out with my family and stuff. But I'm just so grateful to have had some alone time. My camera cut off, but I was saying that I thank each and every one of you. I thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.